It's the National Lottery Guesstimation with your host, Nick Knowles.
Thank you very much. Marvellous, thank you very much. You make me feel very special. Good evening and welcome to Guesstimation, where knowledge is useful, luck is a bonus, and guessing is vital. There are two families here hoping to be tonight's best guessers, because that's going to win them a brilliant holiday. We'll have some unusual questions and strange challenges, and on the way, you'll also be meeting some special guests. This week, it's Olympic silver medalist diver Leon Taylor, everybody. Oh, yes. Have we got something special lined up for him? Also, we'll have the dream number draw supporting the London 2012 Olympic Games and Paralympic Games. So, let's get straight in and meet the first of tonight's families.
Hello, we're the Coopers.
I would say the most competitive person in my family is my sister.
Guessing is my life. General knowledge is not my thing.
Both my daughters are very competitive with one another, but I think my husband Ian will be the best one at guessing.
I'm fairly confident we're going to outguess the Snows. We're here to win. We want that holiday.
We're the Coopers, you're the Snows. We're the Hoot, we're going to melt you.
It's Anne, Leanne, Ian and Charlotte. Hi.
Nick.
Hi, Coopers. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Excited and ready to play for this, I am?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's find out a little bit more about you. Ian, Anne, you met where?
On a blind date, cruising down the River Thames.
Oh, and it was love at first sight, was it?
Well,
Wouldn't
that's
go
what
that
he
far.
reckons.
Right. Was it the first attracted you to Anne? Ian? Go on, tell the truth.
She was the first girl I've ever met that drank pints.
Who's the troublemaker in the group?
This one.
Charlotte.
Oh, look, not even a...
Straight
Everybody
there.
knew.
No.
OK, but you're here to win, yes?
Yes, definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Coopers. But who are the Coopers going to play? Let's find out.
We are the Snows.
I hate to say that the most competitive person in the family today is me.
Very competitive, and she always has to win.
I've had to be good at guessing. I've got one older sister, one younger sister, and if I got it wrong, I was in trouble with my dad.
Outguessing another team tonight? Not a problem, man.
Cooper's old-fashioned English for barrel maker.
And this is going to be like shooting fish in a barrel.
And that's no joke.
Aaron, Neil, Maria and Jacqueline. Aaron, I understand you have a special trick that you do, is that right?
I do indeed, but only bring it out for special occasions like chatting up women.
Right.
I'll be going up to them.
You make your eyes go in different directions. And that's attractive?
Yeah.
And it works?
It works sometimes, yeah.
Well, Jacqueline, you actually have a way of attracting men, don't you? Men like George Clooney.
Yes, I do tend to sort of trip over myself trying to get to them. I was walking down, it was his film premiere, Leatherhead. He was 6 foot away from me, and I said, George! And just at that moment, I sort of tripped over my own foot and just flat out on the red carpet.
More embarrassing.
Oh, you were there at the moment?
Yeah.
OK, so, fancy a holiday?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you reckon you can take it away from the Coopers, do you?
Most definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Snows!
Yes.
Bit of eye contact going backwards and forwards there, bit of psyching out. The prize that they're playing for tonight is a fabulous family holiday. We're not going to reveal exactly where just yet, but here's a little teaser.
Tonight's winning family can look forward to all of this. But to make sure it's them enjoying it, they're going to have to be seriously good guessers.
There you go, families. That's what's at stake. A couple of clues in there for you. Tonight's show consists of 3 rounds and the final. The better you do in those rounds, the more of you will make it through to the final. Each round is made up of 2 questions and a challenge. The better you do in the questions, the more of you guess in the challenge. Got it? Got it?
Got it.
Good. Let's get guessing. The questions will be based on one of these categories. Let's take a look at them. From the top, action, return to sender, Kickabout, the price of fame, and on the box. So let's see which category is first this week. It's the price of fame. Now, captains, we need you to choose your 2 best guesses. You need to get off to a flying start. So this is really crucial. Whilst you're having to think about it, I'm just going to have a chat to the Freeview digital satellite and cable viewers because you can play along too. And for you, it's a little easier. Just press the red button now, and for each question or challenge, you'll have 4 options to choose from. So, good luck to you, stay-at-home guessers. Righto, here we go. Leanne, who are you going to choose to go through in this first game?
I'm going to take myself
Yep.
and my dad.
OK, well, thank you very much, Leanne. Coming back over here, Maria, who are you going to kick off the game with?
I'm going to choose my sister Jacqueline, because we'll see whether she's going to trip over at the first fence tonight or not. And also her son, my nephew Aaron, because, hey, he's going to be famous one day, so let's get him started right now.
OK, he does well in this question. He's going to be famous straight away. So it's Jacqueline and Aaron playing for the Snows and Leanne and Ian playing for the Coopers. OK, let's kick off with the 2 questions on the price of fame. Captains, you'll definitely play in the challenge in this round. How well you do in the next 2 questions will decide who plays with you. Remember, I'm looking for the best guess. It's all a question of judgment. Question 1. A pair of Queen Victoria's pants sold for a blooming marvellous £4,500 in 2008. But how much did Jeremy Paxman's boxer shorts fetch at auction last year? You have 10 seconds to make your guesstimation from now. How much did Jeremy Paxman's boxer shorts fetch at auction? The expression on his face in the background there. He looks very chuffed about it. Oh, that's the 10 seconds up. Now, what we like to do at this stage of the show is find out who the worst guesser is. It's quite good fun. Trust me, unless, of course, you're the one that comes up with the worst guess. It's not so much fun then. So, let's take a look around and find out who our worst guess was from. It was, in fact, from Aaron. Oh. 30,000 for Jeremy Paxman's pants?
No, I felt Paxman fan.
It's not the closest answer. The actual answer was £1,400, which I still think is quite a bit. The question is now, who guesstimated closest? Was it Jacqueline for the Snows, or was it Leanne or Ian for the Coopers? It was, in fact, Ian on the Coopers with £500. Now, what's interesting about that, everybody, is if you look, £500, you're still £900 away from the answer, but you were the closest. So let's take a look at Leanne's answer. She said £250. And Jacqueline, you said 50 quid. So the Coopers take the first question. Question 2. Riverdance star Michael Flatley has his legs insured for £25 million. But how much did Liverpool funny man Ken Dodd insure his famous teeth for? You have 10 seconds to make your guesstimation, starting now. How much did Ken Dodd insure his teeth for? Your 10 seconds is up. OK, so, who was worst guesser this time round? It was Jacqueline this time, who said £400. He insured his teeth for 400 quid. Have you been to the dentist recently? The actual answer was £4 million. What? I know they might not look pretty to you and me, but they're a career for him. So, £4 million was the answer. So, who was closest? It was a joint answer. It was Aaron and Leanne who both said 500,000. There you go. Let's just have a look. Ian said £250,000. The question is shared. Leanne, we're going into our first challenge, which means you can take 2 family members with you because you got 2 questions right. Who are you going to leave out?
I'm going to leave my dad out this time, so my sister and my mum.
OK, so Anne and Charlotte are going in with you to play in this, yes?
Yes.
Lovely, thank you very much. OK, Maria, because you got 1 question right, you can take 1 family member in with you. So who's it going to be?
Nick, it's a no-brainer. It's going to be my brother.
OK, so playing this time for the Snows is Maria and Neil, and for the Coopers, it's Anne, Leanne and Charlotte. So let's see who we have for tonight's first challenge. Please welcome classical singer Jonathan Ansell. know what? I tell you what, it's a weird thing. You see people on telly, and I'm just going to say, singing live here for us. Fantastic to hear him sing live here in front of us. Yes. Because you see so many people miming these days, and every time you come out and belt out a song, it just makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck. And people are loving your voice at the moment, aren't they?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really lucky out and about in the country doing live shows at the moment, having a great time. It's a great thrill to be out on stage, as you say, singing live for audiences. It's a great interaction.
You're a great guy, so you absolutely deserve it. Now, Jonathan, you've just treated us to a sample of your booming voice, and as we've all noticed, it's loud. The question is, how loud? Our challenge for you, Jonathan, is to sing in 4 different ranges. So that we can gauge just how loud you can sing in decibels. The decibel measurement will be based on you standing 1 metre away from the microphone. That's what we're guessing. You all right with that?
OK, I'm good with that.
Gonna give that a belt?
Yeah, we'll give that a belt.
OK. OK, so that's what you're guessing. In decibels, how loudly can Jonathan sing? Teams, no chatting. You have 10 seconds to make your guesstimation starting now. It's all breath control, isn't it?
It's breath control, it's line, it's trying to get the right vowel so you've got as much air coming out at the same time, I guess.
Well, there you go, that's the 10 seconds up. The teams have made their guesses. Jonathan, the stage is yours. Thank you very much. I mean, you've been asked to do, I should imagine.
No.
I can tell you that you managed 100 decibels. Bang on. 100. I know that's what you were hoping to hear, wasn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Jonathan Ansell. Thank you. Fantastic. What a lovely man he is. So, 100 decibels was the answer. OK, so let's find out who had the worst guess. Well, it's interesting, this one, because the worst guesser this time was Maria. She said 45 seconds. You'll notice I say, now, pay close attention to the question. How many decibels? Not measured in seconds, I'm afraid. So, unfortunately, that makes you the worst guesser because you guessed completely the wrong thing. This is important because it will take through an extra team member into the all-important final playing for the holiday. So, was it one of the 3 Coopers that got the closest guess, or was it the one remaining Snow? The closest guesstimate to 100 decibels was Neil, who got 87. Yes. So at least half your team that was playing was actually listening. Well done to you, Neil. OK, Coopers, let's take a look at how far out you were. Anne, you said 150 decibels. Leanne, you said 125. Not too far out. Charlotte, you said 20. I can tell you the background noise in this room is more than 20. OK, at the end of round 1, it's 1-0 to the Snows. Move on to round 2 and have a look at our next question category. Here they come. And the question category this time is action. OK, captains, this time the 2 players that didn't play in the first round get to play this time. So for the Coopers, it's going to be Anne and Charlotte. OK, Snows, the 2 that didn't play last time were Maria and Neil. OK, here we go. Question 1. The recent Lord of the Rings film trilogy made almost $3 billion US at the box office. 26,000 extras were used during the filming, but how many pairs of rubber ears and feet were used for the Tolkien characters? You have 10 seconds to make your guesstimation, starting now. How many pairs of rubber ears and feet were used in the Lord of the Rings films?
Oh, no.
Your 10 seconds are up. So, how's this one going to go? The worst guesser this time round was Charlotte, who said 21,000.
Mixed up the question again.
21,000 pairs of ears and feet. The actual answer was 1,600 pairs of rubber ears and feet. So, the closest guesstimation was from Anne. Very good, well played. Just 400 out. Let's take a look over the snow side. And Maria, you said 7,500. Neil, 498. So the Coopers take the first question. Let's go straight on to question 2. The famous Hollywood sign in Los Angeles was built in 1923 and cost just $21,000 at the time. But how many feet tall is each letter? How many feet tall is each letter? Your question time starts now. 10 seconds. How tall is each letter in the famous Hollywood sign? Hollywood. That big white sign that we see on the hill. There it is, behind them. That's your 10 seconds to make your guesses up. Let's find out who has the worst guesstimate. This time it was Charlotte.
Pressed it by accident, okay? I was going to change the answer.
With 110.
It was maybe 10.
The answer was, in fact, 50 feet. So, who was closest? Was it a Snow? Was it a Cooper? It was, in fact... Anne! With 50 feet. So, Anne, have you been there?
No, never.
You haven't been there?
No, never. I'd love to go, but I've never been there.
How did you know it was 50 feet then?
Just a guess.
Really? It's a very good guess. It's bang on. OK, let's find out how Maria and Neil did. Maria said 68 feet. Neil said 67 feet. You guys are obviously in tune.
Sisters.
But in tune, you're slightly off.
Just
Not
wasn't good enough.
far out, though, to be fair. It's all about the Coopers. They've taken the second question. So, going into round 2 challenge, Leanne, you are in that strong position again where you get to choose 2 family members to go in with you because you got 2 questions right. Who are you leaving out?
My sister, obviously. My mum and dad are going to come through with me.
Your mum and your dad?
Yes.
OK, and I'm afraid on this occasion, Maria, you're going to be playing on your own.
I know.
The whole team's relying on you.
Not good for the Snows, this one, Nick, I have to say.
So playing all on her own for the Snows, it's Maria, but it's Anne, Leanne and Ian playing for the Coopers. So let's see who we have for tonight's next challenge. Please welcome the king of bounce, the prince of pogo stick, it's Mark Aldridge. Flip it, eh?
Worn out now.
That's extraordinary. That's a hell of a pogo stick you got going on there. And get up to some real... That looks dangerous.
Yeah, it can get really dangerous.
Yeah, you'll lose your pogo stick in midair. You're going to come down with quite a crash, aren't you?
Yeah.
OK, so, Mark, we've just seen you reach the dizzying heights with your pogo propulsion skills. Can you be accurate? That's the question. Over there, in front of you, Mark, are 100 balloons. You've got 45 seconds to burst as many as you can. Simple as that. You up for it?
Yeah.
Fancy it?
Yeah.
OK, so that's the question. How many balloons do you think Mark can bounce to destruction in 45 seconds? Teams, no chatting. You have 10 seconds to make your guesstimation. Starting now. Whilst they're doing that, I think we're going to swap your stick, aren't we? You're going to bring in the other stick. We've got a different stick. You've got a different stick for different bounces. Here we go. Lovely. There you go. 10 seconds is up. It's like a Terminator stick, that one, isn't it? Your time will start with a klaxon. Yeah. Mark, time to spring into action, OK? So 3 bounces. We're going to count with you in your own time. 1, 2, 3.
I told you it was dangerous.
I'll tell you what, I never realised how dangerous balloons were, but it's straight back up and on it again. You've obviously used to taking a fall on it. You are all right, though. We want to check that first.
No, I'm fine, no.
Don't try it at home, please, no matter how much you fancy blowing up 100 balloons, building your own giant pogo stick and bouncing around in front of the family. Well, we have an adjudication. You have, in fact, burst 41 balloons. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for Mark Aldridge. Thank you very much. That's fairly wacky, wasn't it? Yep. It was a fairly unusual challenge, I think you'll agree. Right, let's find out who had the worst guess. Who guessed least accurately? On this occasion, it was Maria. Oh, you said 61. Which means the Coopers have won anyway. So, without even revealing any of your answers, we know that you must have won. And you said 25, Ian 57, and Leanne 60. So the Coopers take it. And at the end of round 2, the families are neck and neck, tied as they are 1-1. OK, let's move on to our next round. Let's have the question categories up on the board. And this category is going to be Kickabout. Captains, we need you to choose your 2 best guesses this time. You've had a look at your team. You should know, actually, you should know who your worst guesses are, but you should have an idea who your best guesses are, too. This is all important. Obviously, at 1-1, this is the all-important 3rd round, so you need to win this one. So, Leanne, who are you going to choose this time?
Well, I'm going to be fair and take my sister, even though she's the worst guesser, but I will give her a chance because she knows more about sport than my mum does. And obviously my dad, because he's a bloke, so he knows more than me and my mum put together. So my dad and my sister.
OK, thank you very much. And Maria, what's your thinking here?
Well, as it turns out, I'm so spectacularly useless at this game, and I'm going to defer to the boys. The boys can take the Snows through.
OK, so for the Snows, it's Aaron and Neil, and for the Coopers, it's Ian and Charlotte. Now, despite the fact that Maria's not playing this round, I am going to say it again. Listen very carefully to the question. Question 1. Last year, Brazilian ace Robinho transferred to Manchester City for £32.5 million. But in pounds, how much did non-league York City reportedly pay for Michael Rankin on a transfer from Rushden and Diamonds? 10 seconds. The guess starts now. How much did York City reportedly pay for Michael Rankin from Rushden and Diamonds? 10 seconds is up. Let's find out who did worse this time. Was it Ian? Was it Charlotte? Was it Aaron? Was it Neil? The worst guesser this time was... Charlotte. We're talking about York City, Rushden and Diamonds, £10 million. I'll tell you what, you should be his agent. He'd be very pleased with that. £10 million. So, that's a bit of a shock, but the pressure's on you now, Ian. The answer was £10,000. So, who was closest? It's Neil from the Snows with £2,500. Let's have a look at how everybody else did. Aaron, you said £200,000. Yeah. That's still a lot of money, isn't it, for Rushden and Diamonds? And you said £150,000, Ian. So the Snows take the first question. Question 2. Brazil is the only country to have taken part in every Football World Cup finals since the competition began in 1930, but not including penalty shootouts. How many goals in total have Brazil scored in those World Cup tournaments? Your 10 seconds to make a guesstimation starts now. How many goals have Brazil scored in World Cup tournaments, not including penalty shootouts? Time's up. I wonder who's going to be the worst guesser this time round. I didn't mean to look in this direction. No, I just had to be facing that way when I was talking. That's it. The worst answer that time round came from... 25. The answer actually was 201 goals. So who was closest? Was it a Snow? Was it a Cooper? It was, in fact... It was Neil for the Snows again! There's a lot of love in the room over there for you, Neil. Interestingly, you were, what, 112 out, weren't you, still? So you're still a long way off. So let's find out. What did Aaron say? He said 59, OK. And Ian, you said 82. Well, that was closer as well. So, but in the end, it was Neil that managed to pull it off. So the Snows take the second question. Well, that means, I'm afraid, Leanne, your team didn't win any questions that time round, so it'll be just you playing in the challenge, OK?
OK.
All the pressure's on you. On the other hand, though, Maria, you have won 2 questions, which means you get to choose 2 teammates in. Or shorthand, who are you leaving out?
Sorry, Jacqueline.
OK.
Put it in for her, what?
OK, playing this time for the Snows, it's Aaron, Maria and Neil, and for the Coopers, it's Leanne all on her own. Joining us for our last challenge tonight, we have a man who's a legend in the sport of diving. Please welcome Olympic silver medalist, Leon Taylor!
Look at those.
Yes, I know. They're very lovely, aren't they? What are these little rubber ducks? Let me here we go. So, Leon, I'm told you invented the world's most difficult dive. What is it?
What is it?
Yeah, what is it?
It was a backward 2.5 somersaults. You spin that way 2.5 times, whilst spinning this way 2.5 times in the pike position. It takes longer to say than it does to complete.
How long does it take?
1.5 seconds.
You've got to do all that in 1.5 seconds? OK, so, well, we think we can really test you tonight. Over here, as you can see, is a water tank containing 119 weighted rubber duckies. Hang on, let's pop in the 120, shall we? There we go. And... there he goes, look at that. OK, we want you to grab as many rubber ducks as you can in 45 seconds without using your hands.
No hands.
We'll use anything you want as long as you don't use your hands. However, once you break the surface, you can then grab it with your hand and throw it out the tank. Is that all right? Makes sense?
Makes sense.
OK, you fancy this?
Yeah, why not? I wonder how cold it is.
Well, we haven't warmed it up. It's come straight in. They've got a fire brigade to fill it up for us. So
brilliant. Yeah, straight out of the cold tap.
You're up for it, though, yes?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Lovely. Thank you very much. I'll come back to you in a minute. You get yourself ready and warmed up or chilled down or whatever it is you're going to do. That's what we want to know, then. How many ducks can Leon collect in 45 seconds? Teams, no chatting. You've got 10 seconds to make your guesstimation, starting now. 10 seconds is up. There he goes. How cold is it? Is it? Oh!
It's fresh.
Where is it? Oh! So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
He's donned his goggles and cap. His time will start on the klaxon. Are you ready? Here comes the klaxon. Wow, look at him go. Go on, Leon. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. That's it. That's fantastic. You all right?
Yeah, they were chasing him around a little bit.
You were, but do you know what? Go on, wipe yourself down. Have a go at that. Just whilst you're wiping yourself down, look at this. There it is. The medal. The all-important medal. Isn't that an amazing thing? Yeah, absolutely. You enjoyed it as a challenge, yes?
Yeah, well, I've just never done anything like this before. So, yeah, don't try this at home.
No, it's probably a very good idea. Don't try this. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's hear it one more time for Leon! Oh, you. Wow, what an amazing thing to do. So, the answer, I can tell you, was 13. So, let's find out... Well, hang on a second, I've actually walked off with his medal here. Let's find out who had the worst guess. You've got to hope it's not you, Leanne, otherwise the Snows have taken it. So, who had the worst guess? It was... Leanne Cooper with 45. So it's actually the Snows that win that one straight away without even looking at the score. Let's have a look at your answer, see how close to 13 you were. Let's have a look at Aaron's answer was 25, not bad. Maria, 36, Neil, 26. So in actual fact, Aaron, you were the closest on that occasion. At the end of the third round, it's 2-1 to the Snows. Yep, very soon one of these families will be off on a fantastic trip somewhere in the world. We'll find out exactly where and which family after we go live to Lottery HQ for the Dream Number Draw, which supports the London 2012 Olympic Games and Paralympic Games. See you in a moment. Well done. Well done. Welcome back. Before the Dream Number Draw, we saw the Coopers and the Snows guessing their socks off to gain an advantage in our crucial final. One of these families will soon be winning a fantastic holiday. But to get there, they'll have to be the best guessers. Let's see where that amazing holiday is.
Tonight's winners will be jetting off to Cape Town in South Africa. This stunning destination will wow you with its abundant cultural and natural attractions, including world-famous Table Mountain. Visits to Cape Town's sandy beaches, lively restaurants and vibrant markets are just some of the must-do activities. And if you want a change from the city, you can always go on safari for a close-up view of this extraordinary country.
What about that? What do you reckon, Coopers?
Fantastic.
Fancy that? Family holiday away in South Africa?
Certainly do, Nick.
OK, well, you're going to have to beat the Snows to get there. Are they going to beat you?
Definitely not.
No.
You gasped, Maria, when you saw that. You win.
Yeah. I'd love to go. And my sister's always saying she wants to go on safari.
Always wanted to go on
Oh,
safari.
it's so exciting.
OK, digital viewers, you can't win this holiday, unfortunately. I know, I'm sorry to break bad news to you, but you can play along with us and be there in spirit. And we hope your guessing is going well. So, going into our final round tonight, this is the situation. The Snows have won 2 rounds, which means, Maria, you take along 2 people into the final with you. Who are they going to be?
It's gonna be the boys, because they've really got us to this point where we are now.
Yes?
Yeah.
You're pleased about that, Jacqueline?
Oh, that's fine.
It's really... You don't want the pressure?
I just want to go on safari.
Yes, well... OK, then. The Coopers, you've just won the 1 round. So, Leanne, you can take 1 teammate with you.
I'm going to be sensible with my answer and pick my mum, seeing as she won both questions in one of the rounds.
Yep, teammates happy with that?
Yes.
Very happy.
OK, so playing for the Coopers will be Anne and Leanne, and playing for the Snows will be Aaron, Maria and Neil. OK, this is how the final works. We'll play the best of 3 questions. All 3 will relate to our holiday destination, South Africa. The first family to guess closest on 2 questions will win the trip. Simple as that, best of 3. There are 6 question categories to choose from. Silver screen, on the line, run and jump. Take flight, rough diamond and gold rush. Snows, you won the most rounds, so you get to pick the category first. Which one do you fancy?
I'm going to go for the first one, silver screen, because we want to come first.
Right, OK. Silver screen is the category. Listen very carefully to the question.
Oh, why are you looking at me like that?
I just want to make sure you understand
okay, yeah.
the question. Here we go. Actress Charlize Theron was the first South African woman ever to win an Academy Award for Best Actress. But in how many films has she acted? You have 10 seconds to make your guesstimation starting now. How many films has Charlize Theron acted in? Your time is up. I can tell you the answer is 30 films. Now, the final's a little different from the other rounds. Where should we go first? Aaron, let's have a look at your answer. You said 7. You've not caught many of her films, have you?
No, not at all.
She's been around a little while. OK, where should we go next? Leanne, let's take a look at your guesstimation. It was 5.
Oh.
So Aaron still leads at this stage.
I've never seen any of her films before.
Have you not? OK. Neil, let's take a look at yours. Your guesstimate was 17 films. Means you are closest to the correct answer of 30, which now leaves Maria and Anne. Maria, your guesstimation was 18. 1 closer. You're only 12 out. So can Anne get within 12 of the correct answer, 30, in order to take this for the Coopers? Or are the Snows going to go 1-0 up, thanks to Captain Maria? Anne, you guesstimated 5. It's the Snows that take the first question. So the Snows have taken the first step towards South Africa. You're 1 foot on the plane. Coopers,
we need to take it off.
You need to take this question. You have to get this one to force it into a 3rd question. If you don't, they're away. This time, Leanne, you get to pick the category. Let's bring them back up on screen. What do you like the look of?
Gold Rush.
OK, you're going for gold. Here comes the question. In 2007, South Africa was the world's biggest producer of gold. But how many kilograms of gold did the country produce? 10 seconds to guesstimate starts now. How many kilograms of gold did South Africa produce in 2007? 10 seconds is up. I can tell you the answer is 254,685 kilograms of gold. So, where should we go this time? Leanne, let's take a look at yours first. Your answer was 25 million kilograms of gold. There's a fair bit of room to get under that. Aaron, can you get closer than 25 million? 500,000 kilograms. So that's twice as much as the answer, but you're currently in the lead. Let's do Neil. You said 60,000 kilograms. Makes you the closest. Maria, let's take a look at yours. Maria, your guesstimate was 111,000 kilograms. That's 143,000 out. And it's all down to you. If you can get closer to the correct answer of 254,000, you're going to save it, win the question for the Coopers, and we'll go to a 3rd question. If you're not closer, Maria has just won the holiday for the Snows. And your guesstimate was 1 million, which means that the Snows have won the holiday to South Africa. Wow. So that's it. Commiserations to the Coopers. Do you know what? In the end, it was you played really, really well, but it was the Snows that were just that little bit better at guessing at the end. But, you know, that's what it's all about, really. Did you enjoy playing?
Yes,
fantastic.
very much.
Had a great time, yes?
Superb. Brilliant.
It's a shame you didn't get the holiday, but we loved having you with us. The Coopers, everybody. Maria. Do you know what? What an amazing... Oh, you're crying, darling. You're right. It's an amazing holiday, though, isn't it? And here's an interesting fact for you, Maria. Do you know what? You only won 2 questions the whole time through, and those 2 questions are in the final, which is why you've won your family the holiday to South Africa. How amazing is that? Well done to the Snows. They're jetting off to South Africa, and we're off too. Coming up right now at Lottery HQ are the Fundable and Lotto draws. We'll see you next time for more Guesstimation. Good night.